Let go of my machine! I'm an engineer! We literally look exactly like Commander Shepard. Are you serious? Also, Carver, where are you? That's one. Why was that one wearing a spacesuit? Okay. If turbokinesis ends up being the final, like, thing that defeats the evil marker moon, that's not bad. It is? I literally can't see. No, I don't see. I guess just keep running around. Kinesis has always been one of my favorite elements of Dead Space, so the fact that it's the thing coming in handy at the last second, I like it. So how does co-op work here? No, that's my marker. I'll just use that one instead. No, let me see the marker. Okay, away it goes. Alright, it's foolishly letting its eye come towards me. Didn't quite work. Excuse me. Look at me. I'm the commander now. Okay, so this is a mixture of a Zelda enemy and a Dark Souls enemy. That's what this is. I don't know what the rocks are supposed to be doing. No. Don't use med packs when I have the aim button on, Isaac. Thanks, Carver. You're a pro. Plasma cutter kinesis, that's all you need in Dead Space world. Is this the whole thing? The Space Dragon fight was way cooler than this. Like, this isn't the worst boss fight that it could ever be, but it's not great. Did that do it? Am I done? Let go of the effing machine, you idiot. No, it's gonna eat the machine, so now we have to get eaten to get to the machine. How does it know that the machine is the source of its death? How could it possibly know that? Why does it look like that? What happened? She's on the machine? Well, why didn't I just do this in the first place? If I can kinesis it through the animal that it's on, that's holding it. If the kinesis is that strong, why didn't I do this in the first place? It's co-op time. Or it's over. One of the two. Carver, help me up, buddy. Help me up, buddy. No, I can just climb. I don't even need one of those fancy ladders either. One of those fancy 4-step ladders. If you were so close to it, why didn't you do it already? It seemed like you were right where you needed to be. I mean, honestly, Ellie might do the exact same thing she did in Dead Space 2. Wouldn't surprise me. Ah, the freezing. It's happening. This is just Mass Effect 3! I look exactly the same and I'm destroying myself so that Earth can survive! I'm slowly dying as it happens! Liara, no! Didn't I give Ellie that picture? Or did I just show it to her? Because I thought it'd be cute. It's a cute date night, showing each other pictures right before we die. No! The machine! The giant med kit got me! Hey, she's a half health. Okay, I gave her the other half. Apparently I held on to both halves. I lost track of where all the pictures went. Top up with a med cap. A med kit, honey. A med cap.
Isaac? Isaac? Are you there? Isaac? Kaba? Are you there? Kaba? Isaac? You've gone, Ozzy. Isaac, you did it. You really did it.
Earth space coordinates confirmed. Shock drive enabled. Standing by.
Okay, cool. Gunnar Wright, you really committed. I'm proud of you. Because, like, you did stick with it. Even when you had to give a giant monologue about how the aliens built the machine to freeze the planet to stop the marker from becoming a moon. You had to read that monologue and deliver it with passion and gumption. Good job, Gunnar Wright. Anyways, Dead Space 2 did another trick of the credits start. Or the credits seem to start. Oh, I got 2 achievements. No, that's the big Dead Space 3 time. Hey, Steve Poutzes, Paul Mathis, Ben Wannett, Alex Musket, Ian Millham, Nick Leviers. Why didn't you make a good game? Why didn't you make a game that was even close to on par with Dead Spaces 1 and 2? What happened? Did the money get to your head? Did the $60 million get to your head? So for Dead Space 3, I decided to go with what the programmers clearly thought was the pride and joy of the entire project, the sole redeeming quality of the entire game. So I crafted a ladder. It looks shoddy and broken and like it could fall apart at any minute. So it's a perfect representation of Dead Space 3. It's made entirely of straws and paper clips. I'm legitimately terrified that it's going to fall apart like right now. There goes one step. Perfect. You know what? That's fine. We're going to leave it like that. That's fine. I might try to fix it, just like I wish I could fix Dead Space 3. Hi, folks. What you're looking at is the blank projector screen. Because Dead Space 3, this whole LP has been cursed, it seems. In that I forgot to plug in my laptop, and literally a minute into the credits rolling, my laptop ran out of battery. So it's charging now. The Xbox is plugged in, so the credits are still going. If there's an after credits sequence at all, I don't get to see it. I rushed. Okay, so here's the thing. It's a $60 million game. So, if my laptop can charge real quick and turn back on, I might be able to get the tail end of whatever the credit sequence might be. But that's where we're at right now. Man, F this Let's Play. Not F the game. The game had okay parts to it. But this Let's Play has just been suffering through and through. I'm ready for Breath of the Wild now. Commentary. I didn't feel any emotions at the end. No, zero. Like, I love Ellie and Isaac as characters, and I didn't care about what happened to them. I didn't care if Isaac lived or died, and that's bad. That's bad for your video game. That should matter. Alright. Oh, this sounds back? Oh, it's still going. Okay. Alright, I'm going to try and record this on the phone as I type in my password to see if I can set the recording back up. The triumphant music is still happening. It's okay, folks. We're going to save it. I just hope we didn't lose. It's still recording, it says! No, it's got to force quit, right? You've got to force quit. You're not going to be able to come back from a computer shutdown. Oh no! Oh. Is it going to come back? Is it going to come back? Oh! Wait for the game capture HD to kick in. No signal, are you serious? No, let it go, okay? We're back to recording! We did it! Only this game could those shenanigans happen. My God. What an adventure. Alright, well, my one worry is that the rest of the recording, didn't save, but I doubt it. Game Capture HD, for all of its flaws, is good about at least saving on to your data when things go wrong. I wish there were more editing features in Game Capture HD so that I could actually just, use it in a way that's helpful, but no. A similar thing happened in Skyward Sword, and I didn't lose any recording. It just cut to black. So I think we'll be good. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't want to have to play through any of this game again. And I can't continue from last save. So I would have to literally play through the entire game to record the ending. So Lordy, I hope that we're, Oh, I can go faster. Lordy, I hope the recording's saved, because I'm not playing this game again. I'll just give a summary of what happened if I have to. I missed the rest of the English credits. It gave us the main cast, so that's good. I hope there weren't any audio conversations that happened like they did at the end of Dead Space 1 or Dead Space 2. One of them had. I think Dead Space 2 had dialogue during the credits. Let's slow it down a little bit. The Guardian, if they're actually called Guardians, I'll be proud of myself, but also upset that they didn't come up with any kind of original name. The Guardians were scary. I'll give them that. The one thing is, unlike the Ubermorph and Hunter, they did not make it clear that you weren't supposed to fight them. Maybe you were supposed to fight them and I'm just an idiot, but I doubt it. It didn't seem like that was the case. Because they are killable. We did kill one or two. But it just seems like wastes of ammo, honestly. I think the goal was to make you run away from them. If not, whether or not that's true, it was not communicated well how you're supposed to handle those enemies. A sad lack of new enemy types. Aside from those, the skinny boys that just took the place of the pack from Dead Space 2. And I guess the tentacle miner monsters with the pickaxes count, sort of, because they turn into tentacle boys. And the normal slashers don't. And, like, I don't even remember any other original things. So I don't know. I was upset by that. Okay, we're getting to the music, so we're almost done. Whether or not I was made the hers. Whether or not... Oh, good babies. I'm sorry these babies have to be commemorated with Dead Space 3. That's upsetting. Nacho, I imagine, is named after the earlier Nacho in the credits. Of all the games, you had to... Gatsby, okay. Of all the games, you had to be born during the development of Dead Space 3. That's a cursed child right there. Oh, I can't believe I used the phrase cursed child. I should have just said cursed baby. That was on accident, I'm sorry. Rip FBR, don't know who that is. Thought someone might say Rip Isaac, but apparently not. Heartfelt thank you, DS3 team, for your dedication. I'm not sure that any of these people were all that dedicated. So much of this game was just like... You could have just done the same thing as Dead Space 1 and 2, but you changed it for the worse. Like, I don't get it. To Isaac Clarke and the mom for introducing us. I don't know what that means. To my dogs, Lando, Solo, and Blizzard. Oh, calling your dogs Lando and Solo is a good credit. They hired a different company to do the flashback section for Dead Space 1 and 2. Alright, let's see what happens. It might just port me back to the main menu. Holy crap. Oh, of course. I mean, New Claim Plus, Dead Space Legends suit set now available in the suit kiosk, plus 3 circuit set available on the bench. Oh, I didn't even, like, load up my gun for the final fight. It didn't matter because it was just a Zelda boss. And not even a good Zelda boss. Casual difficulty complete. If my recording is lost, I will play the casual version, maybe. And I will just sprint through the game. Yeah. I didn't care about any of the characters except for Buckle, who died fairly early on. Oh, I didn't get to see if D. Bradley Baker voiced Rosen. I'm going to look that up right now. And I was also going to look up what the levels spell. But we need some time for a discussion. And we've got it, because this recording is only 5 minutes long so far, because I lost... Because I lost the recording, because I didn't plug in my laptop. Because I didn't care! If it was a game I really cared about, I would double check everything to make sure everything's plugged in and is doing what it needs to do. But it's Dead Space 3, and I was just like, can we please just finish this game? And we did! It's over! Okay. The good news is, I can watch Dead Space 3 things now. Like, the two best friends play Dead Space 3 for their Oktoberfest thing. I avoided because I didn't want to get spoiled. I don't think I really needed to worry about that in hindsight. Dead Space 3 levels. If you take the first letter of every chapter heading, it will spell out Brother Moons are awake. How interesting. Also in the Awakening chapters, oh, there's DLC, apparently. The first letters spell out RIP. My God. Wow. What else do we have? Santos is just dead. We just didn't see her dead body. Maybe I didn't find her dead body and I was supposed to. The fact that when you punch against a wall, your head goes through the wall That's such a red flag, and I should have known from then that it was just going to be downhill from there. I think I did. I think deep down I did know that. I'm honestly slightly curious to see what co-op is like, because, like, Carver is not an integral part of the story until the end. He's just there. We didn't even find out stuff about his backstory. He just, like, we found out he was just, what's the word? I'm losing my brain. My brain is dying. Estranged. He was estranged from his family. And then at the very end, he was like, I've done bad things. And that's it. That's his backstory. I didn't need backstory, but I don't like that they tried to make it seem like he had a really deep one. I did like his attitude some of the time. I liked his I'm fed up with this BS attitude. I didn't like his let's murder Santos attitude. F it, dude. I don't know. The Nexus was one of the only cool parts in the Space Dragon boss fight. It was like actually enjoyable and cool and fun and changed the game a little bit. And then following the elevator, while the gameplay wasn't even that fun, as a concept it was cool enough that I was into it. Ellie just escaped death for no reason. Realistically, Isaac will still die. He's on an ice planet that has been torn apart. I suppose he did just land in a pile of meat. And I suppose he could eat that meat for sustenance. He could survive for a while. And I guess Ellie would probably tell someone, yo, this is what happened, and someone would come to check it out. So I guess it's conceivable Isaac could survive long enough for more people to show up. But Ellie might also say don't ever go back there. But the marker thread is over, so what would be the problem with going back there? Marker signal's gone. Maybe that stops people from going crazy, so maybe that fixes Earth's problems. I doubt it, though. Remember when we were on Earth and there were just riots everywhere and we just left Earth like that? We just left Earth with a bunch of fanaticists like bombing the city. For plot. We did it for plot. I don't think I've ever been this disappointed in a game as a whole. This last little bit was nice too because, especially with the Guardians, the gameplay didn't feel that stale in this final level. And the visual of the alien city thing was a nice change of pace. But 60 to 70% of this game is just wandering the ice planet and getting attacked by 3 slashers and 2 minor dudes and maybe a leaper thrown in for good measure. And a twitcher once you get past like the 2/3 mark of the game. And like 80% of enemy encounters are just that, and it's just boring. It's just boring. The weapon crafting was stupid. It didn't need to be there. The skill tree set of the benches in Dead Space 1 and 2 works way better from a survival horror standpoint than the upgrade circuits. The candy bars unlocking the door. Why couldn't you just use power nodes still? Did someone copyright the phrase power node? I don't know. Did Nicole even get mentioned in this game? Nicole is such an integral part of 1 and 2. Like, at least acknowledge her. I'm aware Isaac's character development is that at the end of Dead Space 2, he learns to move on from Nicole. But, like, mention her. She's important to this universe. Mention her. Isaac says he has no regrets. That's hilarious. Yeah. I feel like I have a lot of other thoughts. but I don't... I can't believe so much of it was Mass Effect 3. It starts with our hero on a disillusioned Earth. He is also disillusioned. He's just cornered up in his little apartment thing, but then he gets escorted by a... Carver might be Latino. It's unclear. Carver is vaguely ethnic, which in its own right is problematic. I feel like maybe it's a little more clear and I just didn't pick up on it. I think he's Latino, but it's unclear. Which is like, you can just take steps to make it clear, writers. Anyways, escorted by a muscly Latino man to go do the mission, to go do the plot. And at the end, he has to do his big sacrifice to stop the evil eldritch beings, the huge, giant eldritch beings, from destroying humanity. And he has to do that by activating a special machine that he found at the last second, and sacrifices himself, but doesn't actually die in Mass Effect 3. That depends on your ending and war assets, but I assume that's canon. Doesn't actually die because EA can't stand putting a nail in a coffin. Unfortunately, this is Dead Space 3, which in of itself, I think, has put the nail in the Dead Space coffin. Because I love Dead Space 1 and 2 with a passion. And after Dead Space 3, I don't want another Dead Space game. Plot-wise, it would be silly, because like they made it out so much that this was like the final big thing. But plot aside, I don't want a Dead Space prequel. I don't want a Dead Space interquel. I don't want anything else to do with this universe if this is your final effort. Which seems contradictory. Because if this is not their final effort, and there's another game coming, then it doesn't matter if this is a fire in the wind, because they might make another good game. But I don't want to risk it. After this, I don't want to risk another game. If they think this is progress, if they think this gameplay, these game mechanics, and this quality of writing is an improvement on Dead Spaces 1 and 2, I am horrified as to where Dead Space 4 would be. Because this is one of the biggest quality jumps from one game to another in a franchise I think I've ever seen. Let's check out our extras. Previously on Dead Space. The menus are the alien Rosetta thing. That's okay. I only completed 6 out of 10. I'm hoping that that's because I didn't do co-op. Otherwise, I just didn't even... I did every optional mission I came across. Also, idiots, don't put side quests in your Dead Space game! Good lord! I didn't collect artifacts. Oh, I can just go through the whole thing, can't I? I did collect... What even is the artifact? Chapter 14? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, there are 19. My mistake. I didn't collect the artifact. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, it builds Rosetta. That makes the menu slightly better. Not much at all. Not much at all. That's almost a 15-minute breakdown. Thank you for joining me as we play through the entire Dead Space franchise, aside from the iPhone game that I literally don't even know how I would record that, so sorry, we're not playing that one. I guess we'll talk about it, though, just real quick. The one thing I want to talk about is it has a really good scare in that it makes your low battery thing come up right as you get attacked by an enemy. It doesn't actually make it pop up. It makes it look like it pops up. It does a fake battery thing, which is a clever way of playing with the format. I appreciate that. Dead Space 3 took everything good about the format and made it worse, and didn't try to make anything better. What are good things? There's good things here. The scavenger bots. I didn't need them, but they're cute, so I'll take them. The space dragon fight, and the rappelling mechanic. And then the jetting around mechanic that they didn't even do as well as they did in Dead Space 2. And Isaac as a character and Gunnar Wright as a performer made this watchable. It didn't make it playable because the gameplay sucked. But Gunnar Wright made this game watchable. And he deserves credit for that. And the rest of the voice actors were fine, I guess, but Gunnar Wright stuck with it. So good on you, Mr. Wright. Proud of you. You should voice more things. You've got a good voice, and you commit to it, even when you're giving a monologue about how the aliens turned on the machine to freeze the planet so that they couldn't use the codex to turn the red markers from turning into a brethren moon. And if that doesn't say Dead Space 3, I don't know what does. Have a safe trip home, everybody. Good lord. It's over! It's over! I never have to play this game again! I just have to soak it in. I just have to soak it in a little bit more. Oh, I forgot to mention the game over when Ellie dies is foreshadowing that she lives because you die and she yells, Isaac? So like I was pretty sure she lived from that. Also, Ellie, why? Why did you do that? Why did anything in this game happen? And why did it happen the way that it did? Why is this game the way that it is? $60 million!